Okay, we're going to be going over line 25, one step at a time. This is called one step at a time because each note is a step apart, meaning that the notes sound really close together, and they even look close together when you're looking at the staff. So it's going to go line, space, line, space, line, space. There's never going to be line, line, or space, space. All of the notes are going to be very close together. So the one thing to notice if we're looking for similarities, and I always like to look for similarities in music, is that the rhythm of measures 1 and 2 are the same as the rhythm in 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So we're just going to go through and we are going to count the first two measures. Now, when we get to our half note rests, I know in class sometimes we clap on rests. This time, since we're getting pretty close to Halloween, we're going to say rest for the 2 beats of the half rest. We want it to be a little spooky, a little creepy. So let's count and finger the first 2 measures. Instruments up. 1, 2, ready, count and finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest. So that's pretty easy. Let's try playing the first 2 measures now. 1, 2, ready, and pretty easy. Remember that whenever we release sound, whenever we stop playing or we have a rest, we need to breathe in. That's going to help you stay from not passing out while playing the trumpet or flute or whatever instrument you have in your hands. And it's also just going to make the sound better. Otherwise, it's going to sound like somebody is Darth Vader force choking you, and we don't want that. So we're going to now count and finger measures 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's pretty similar in the rhythm, as in exactly the same. All right, 1, 2, ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest. So now we're going to play measures 3 and 4, or measures 3 through 6. 1, 2, ready, and okay, and we want to make sure, especially for a brass player, that our lips are set. I am not a real brass player, but, and you all could probably hear that based off of my first note not really coming out. But we want to make sure that our lips are set. That way we are ready to play when it's time to play. So we're going to do that one more time just for me. 1, 2, tap yo foot, and ready, go. Now, our last 2 measures, we see that all of the notes are going down in a row. So from the highest note that we've learned to the lowest note that we've learned. And we're going to call that a mini scale, because it's not a full scale. A full scale is actually an octave, and it sounds kind of like this. But we're using part of that. We're using about half of the scale. So we're going to call that a mini scale. Very good. So take a moment and play that on your own out of time. I'm going to do it 2 times through. So those are the last 2 measures, and we just want to be aware that it's all of it's descending, and then at the very last measure we have a fermata. But we're only going to hold out the fermata for 4 beats. Okay, I think we're ready to play all of line 25, one step at a time. Start tapping your foot, instrument up. 1, 2, ready. All right. If you need to play through that a couple more times, feel free to do so, but that was line 25, one step at a time.